Today's video is a full face of first impressions using high-end makeup. So most of the new products that you're going to be seeing in this video I got at the Sephora VIB sale. If you haven't seen my Sephora VIB sale haul video yet, make sure you go check that out. I will leave that link down below for you guys. And then some of the products I got from Ulta, and then the rest I just filled in with my regular makeup collection. So I used all of these new products to create this look right here. It's a little bit of a deviation from the normal natural, warm, smoky eyes that I would usually do on my channel, but I wanted to do something a little bit different for my subscribers today. So if you want to see how I achieved this look and see what my first impressions are on all this new high-end makeup, keep watching. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the first impressions. So the first product I have to try out is foundation, and I decided when I'm trying new foundations that I'm not gonna try new primer at the same time. When I was doing my full face of drugstore first impressions, I did not like the way that that photo focus foundation looked on my skin, but I wasn't sure what the problem was. I didn't know if it was the primer or the foundation itself or the setting powder or even the bronzer. Like, I really wasn't sure what was going on with my face and why I didn't like it. So I decided I'm gonna stick with my tried and true primers that I love when I'm trying new foundations, so I can really isolate if I like the foundation or not. So I already moisturized my skin and then I primed it. I used these two primers that I really love. The first is the Benefit POREfessional. I use this one in my T-zone and anywhere where I want to blur pores. And then this one is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I use that on the outside of my face as well as on my cheeks where I tend to get really dry. And I really love these two primers together. So the foundation I'm going to be trying today is this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Matte Foundation. I am so excited to try this out, you guys. I've heard such great things about this foundation, and I am dying to see if it's as good as everyone says. So digging into this foundation, I see that it has a pump, and that's a really good thing. I'm just going to put a little bit of it on the back of my hand and see what the shade looks like. Looks like it's going to be a good shade. It's a really liquidy foundation. Like, it's very runny. And even though it isn't technically high-end, I am going to try out this Morphe sponge that I got from Ulta. I've been very anxious to see how this sponge performs. All right. That is a really good coverage. Like, I had a very big patch of red on my cheek right there, and it seems to have almost covered it completely up. I also really like this sponge. We might be onto something here. Just taking a look at the different sides of my face right there, you can see that there is some really good coverage with this foundation. Oh my God, I am seriously shook right now. I don't know what kind of voodoo magic Rihanna put in this foundation, but I really like it. It sits really nicely on the skin. There's great coverage. It's not settling into my fine lines. Like, it's just laying down on the skin really nicely. I am so impressed. I didn't have to use a lot of it to get this coverage either. It was a very small application of foundation. We might have a winner on our hands. So the next product we're going to try out was also from my VIB sale haul, and that is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Setting Powder. I am so excited to try this because I love the smell of it. Like, when I opened it up, oh my God. I'm going to use my Morphe sponge to go in on this product and set the areas of my face that tend to crease the most throughout the day. Oh, that smells so good. That smells divine. All right, so I'm very happy with this product. It feels nice and soft on my skin, but not too drying. Like, it doesn't feel like it's totally sucking all of the moisture out of my face and out of my foundation. Feels really nice on my skin, and it smells amazing. Oh, I knew I would love this stuff because I love the way that this line of products smells. And I also like that my foundation hasn't moved around on my face as I'm setting it with the powder, so I can actually go in pretty hard with this sponge and the foundation underneath isn't moving. And that's really good because I really don't like slippery foundations. They tend to make me look kind of oily and then they crease up really fast. So this foundation is laying down really nicely on my skin and underneath the setting powder. All right, so I just went ahead and set the rest of my face using my usual Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. And now, guys, it's time to bust out the Tom Ford bronzer brush. The brush was still in the packaging. I didn't want to use it until it was time for our first impressions. So I just want to throw this out there that $134 for any kind of brush at all is an absolute insane amount of money. Like, I really don't think that no matter how good this brush happens to be, I don't think it will be worth $134. That's why I'm glad I got 20% off and I used some gift cards, so it made the sting of purchasing this brush a little bit easier, but let's go ahead and see how it performs compared to my other one. So the brush I normally use for bronzer is this one, and this is the Morphe M527 brush. So just looking at these two brushes side by side, they look kind of similar when you first glance at them, but I will say that the Tom Ford brush is a lot softer and it has a lot more bristles in it. But there is more than $100 difference between these two brushes. So let's see if this one is worth $100 more. Now, it seems kind of counterintuitive to go in with a super high-end bronzer brush to a drugstore bronzer, but this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer is my go-to and I use it every single day, so Tom's just gonna have to get used to it. I'm actually really nervous to put this on my face because I'm worried that it's gonna suck and that I will have wasted all that money, but let's see. Okay, it's really, really soft and I love that. Feels great on my face. Okay, I'm really happy with how this performed. I mean, it felt so soft and luxurious on my face and I really, really love that. It laid down the pigment really nicely. It blended out the bronzer really nicely. So now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M523 brush and just carve out my cheekbone. And then I'm going to use the Tom Ford bronzer brush to blend it out. Yeah, this brush feels amazing. I can't lie about it. So soft and so nice. So I really, really like this bronzer brush. I feel like it put down the pigment really nicely. It blended out nice on my skin. It feels so luxurious on my face. The question really becomes, is it worth it for the price? And for me, yes, because A, I got such a good deal on it, and B, I like to have some luxurious, high-end, nice things in my makeup collection. So I'm really proud to have this brush and I'm happy that I bought it. Did it do the trick? Absolutely yes. But do you need it in your collection? No, especially not at that exorbitant price tag. So I wouldn't advise everyone go rush out and buy this bronzer brush and like you need it in your life so bad. It is very, very nice, yes, but it's not a necessity. All right, so for blush, I just went ahead and put on my favorite Becca Flower Child, and then I also put my brows on using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I really like this pencil. I got it from the drugstore and I used it in my full face of drugstore first impressions. It's a good pencil and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a low-cost drugstore brow pencil. I also primed my eyelids using my Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Eye Primer because it's time to go in with eyeshadow. You guys, I have been dying, absolutely dying to use this eyeshadow palette ever since I got it in the mail. I think I've had this sitting here for at least a month and a half, if not longer. So I am so excited to use this Natasha Denona Lila palette today. Just look at these shades. Like, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous eye palette, and I'm so excited to try it out with you guys today. I haven't actually decided yet what colors I want to use on my eyes. So what I'm gonna do is swatch the colors on the back of my hand and then decide which look I'm gonna go with from there. These shadows, you guys, they swatch so beautifully and they are so creamy and so pigmented. Oh my good God. Okay, so this is the first look I had in mind with these three colors. I would go sort of progressively light to dark from the inner corner to the outer corner, and that's sort of a sunset smoky eye look that I'm going for today with these colors. Don't they swatch just absolutely beautifully? Like, look at those shimmers. They are so gorgeous. I know Natasha Denona is expensive, but it's seriously worth every penny because you get such good quality with these shadows. And then the second look I had in my head was, because this is a purple palette, I kind of wanted to do a purpley toned eye look. And I really love the look of this shimmer color right here down in the corner. I think it would be beautiful all over the lid. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a couple more colors and see what that purpley toned look would look like on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna swatch those colors now on my other hand so that we can see a comparison. Okay, so these are the purpley toned colors that I love from the palette. This light purple shade right here is such a winner. Oh my God, it is so beautiful. I could see myself dipping into that one a lot. But because I already have a smoky lavender purpley toned eye look coming on my channel, because a lot of you asked to see a tutorial of how I did my eye makeup for my drugstore haul part 1 and also for my Sephora VIB sale haul, I think I'm gonna skip this look today and go for the colorful one because I don't want too many of the same looks on my channel, and I really love this color combination here. So let's go ahead and get started. So there is no matte white or cream shade in that Natasha Denona Lila palette, so I'm just gonna go in to my Just Peachy Mattes palette and use the shade Peach Butter just to throw down all over the lid, cancel out some redness, and get my eyes ready to put down those colors that I showed you. Okay, so starting with a Morphe M441 brush, I'm just gonna go into this shade right here and dust it throughout my crease. Just starting very, very lightly because I don't want there to be too much of a color wash in my crease because I want those colors to really pop. We just want to lay down a transition shade that we can blend all of those colors into. I love these shadows. That's nothing new. They're so blendable and so pigmented, and they just they work so perfectly. They are worth every single penny that I paid. I have zero regrets when it comes to Natasha Denona. All right, so that first color was called Nude Mauve, and now I'm just gonna go into this gold color right here. It's called Magnolia, and I'm gonna use a flat shader brush, and I'm going to put that shade on my inner corner. So basically just the inner third of my eye is where the gold shadow is going to go. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of fallout, so it probably would have been smart for me to use Fix Plus, as these are very, very pigmented shimmer shadows. So I'm going to use some Fix Plus on the other eye and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, so you can actually see a really big difference in the pigmentation and the shimmery effect of the shadow when you use Fix Plus. So it's a good idea with any shimmer shadow to use Fix Plus or eye drops, and that will intensify the pigment a lot. Okay, so now using that same brush, I'm going to go into this color right here, and it's called Pure. And I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the gold shade. I'm going to use Fix Plus to apply it, and I'm gonna concentrate the pigment for this color on the center of my lid. I can't believe how shimmery that is. Don't worry, you guys. I know that this looks totally weird right now, but we are going to blend everything out. Don't worry. So I'm just going to take a very light-handed amount of that original Nude Mauve color. And the first thing I'm going to do is blend out the top of the shadow. And then going in with a fluffy brush that has no pigment on it, we're going to further blend those shadows together. Okay, so the first two colors are somewhat blended out. You'll see that there's still some patchiness on the outer corner, but we're gonna go ahead and add a third color that will cover that up. But the most important thing for these first two colors is just to make sure that the line between those colors is somewhat blended out. You definitely don't want it to look like a tricolor flag or something like that with a really harsh line in between the two colors. So just go ahead and make sure that the top is blended out, and then you go in and blend the colors through the line between the two colors so that they sort of seamlessly blend into each other. Now, this isn't perfect blending, but we will make sure that we are fully blended out when the look is done. Okay, so now going into the last color, this one here, it's called Livid. This color is actually probably best applied with a shader brush and Fix Plus as well, so I'm gonna try that. And that I'm just sort of blending in. So there is a lot of fallout with these shadows, so you have to be careful. And again, don't worry because we're going to blend this out. So again, going back in with that brush that has no product on it, I am just going to very lightly start blending the upper part of these three colors into my crease. You want to go with a really light hand here because you want to make sure that you don't smear any of the darker colors into the lighter colors. And also in between strokes, I'm wiping this brush off because I want to make sure that the colors stay true to what they are and it's not just one big blended mess of these three colors together. Okay, so now throughout the blending process, I noticed that the middle color kind of got blended away, and I really want to make sure that I can see all three colors individually and that they have a seamless blend. So at this point, I'm just gonna go in and intensify the pigment where I feel like it needs it. So I'm gonna go back into that Pure shade and just sort of put that back on as necessary. And then also going back into the gold shade, which is called Magnolia, and just making sure that that's as dark as I want it as well. And after that, going back in with the fluffy brush, just to make sure everything is nice and seamlessly blended. Now on an angled brush with that darkest shade Livid, I'm going to go underneath the lash line, and I'm just gonna tight line this as close to the lash line as I can. And then using a pencil brush, I'm going back into the second color, which is called Pure, and I'm just going to blend that out. These shadows are so pigmented. I love them so much. And then finally going back into that gold shade, I'm just going to run that sort of on the inner third of the lower lash line. right there and kind of taking it in just to blend it out so that the lower lash line somewhat mirrors the lid. Okay, so now we're gonna go into this gorgeous silvery purple color that I like right here. This is called Juno, and I'm going to see what that looks like as an inner corner highlight. Okay, so there was no brow bone highlight shade in the palette, so I just went ahead and used the Anastasia Vanilla eyeshadow for my brow bone. Now this look is pretty much complete for the eyes. I really like the way this looks, but I did want to try one more product from my VIB sale haul, and that is this Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat. So I'm just going to go ahead and pat that onto the gold part of my eye with my finger. This top coat is so beautiful. It looks so shimmery and sparkly. So I'm going to go over the gold part of my eye with this top coat and see what it does to the look. Okay, so I don't see a huge difference, and maybe that's just because it's gold on gold, but it does add a little bit of extra sparkle. Not a major difference though, so I'm gonna have to keep working with these chroma crystals to see what the best use of them is. All right, so I just added some liner and mascara. I used my standard products that I always use when it comes to this, so that's the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper, the Rimmel Soft Kohl Eyeliner in Jet Black for the lower lash line, and then the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara for the lashes. I didn't put on too much mascara because we're actually gonna go in with some falsies right now. And these are the Velour Silk Lashes from Sephora in the style Lie Detector. So there is one lash on, and as you can see, these are so gorgeous. They're so fluffy and wispy and really dramatic. So if you're a natural lash kind of girl, these lashes are probably not for you, but with a dark smoky eye like this, I really like the way this looks. All right guys, so lashes are on, and that completes the eye look. All right you guys, now it's time for highlighter, and I have another new product to try, and that is the Laura Geller highlighter in the shade Peach Glow. Now I have very high hopes for this highlighter because it's swatched so beautifully on my hand, and I'm so excited to try it out on my face. So I'm just taking a Morphe M501 brush and dipping it in, and let's highlight. That is a very pretty highlight. Oh my gosh. I have to say it doesn't really show up peach on my skin. I'm seeing more of like a silver tint to it. It is emphasizing texture in a huge way on my face, but all highlighter does that because I have a lot of texture. But I really like that. It's really pretty. So now for gloss, I have another new product, and you wouldn't have seen this in any of my haul videos because I actually went back to the very last day of the Sephora VIB sale. I bought a Christmas gift for somebody, and then I picked up this product for myself at the same time, and this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. So this is what the packaging looks like. I really love Fenty Beauty products. I think that Rihanna just absolutely killed it with this brand. These products are so gorgeous and they feel so luxurious. I really like the shade of this gloss. I believe there is only one shade of this. It's supposed to be a universally flattering gloss, and the doe foot is actually very large. I like that a lot, and let's go ahead and test it out. I'm really impressed with this gloss. This is really pretty, and I love the shade. It's sort of like a Your Lips But Better shade, but there's also some reflective sparkle in there that just adds a little bit of extra je ne sais quoi. So this is a really nice gloss. It feels great on my lips. It's not too sticky. It actually feels moisturizing. Like it's a really nice gloss. And finally, to finish off this look, we have to set with some setting spray, and I have a new setting spray here. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I'm a little nervous to try this out because I'm worried whenever a setting spray says dewy or illuminating, I feel like it's gonna make me look oily and shiny, but this Cover FX setting spray is supposed to be really good. It does say on the box, shake very well before use. So I've seen a couple of people try this setting mist out in the past, and I think if you don't shake it really well, you can end up with some white dots on your face because this product does separate as it sits in the bottle. So, oh, it actually sounds like a can of spray paint. So we're gonna shake it up really well because I wanna make sure that I don't ruin this look because I really like it. Okay, it says I'm gonna look lit from within, so let's see. Okay, it had a very nice fine mist. It actually reminded me a lot of the Glam Glow Glow Setter setting spray with a really nice fine mist to it. That was really good. It doesn't feel too wet or like I just took a shower in setting spray. I do feel like the setting spray gave me a little bit of luminosity but not too much shine. So that's actually really good. Time will tell to see like the quality. Time will tell on the actual quality of the setting mist. I really like it as a first impression, but we'll see how long my makeup actually lasts underneath this setting spray. So guys, let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts. I have to say, I am so impressed with all of the new products that I used today. There really isn't anything here that I absolutely hated. This Fenty foundation, I'm absolutely loving. It still, after all this time sitting here and applying makeup, looks really, really nice on my skin. I will say that I think it oxidized a little bit because I can see a little bit of a shade difference between my face and my neck, and I don't think it was like that originally. So I think I'm gonna have to pull this foundation onto my neck a little more and maybe go a little lighter handed on the bronzer. But overall, I love this foundation. I really also liked this Morphe sponge. I thought it was like good and it performed just as well as my beauty blender. Love the Peach Perfect setting powder. Love the smell. Love how finely milled it is. It made my skin feel really soft. This gloss, absolutely great. I love it a lot. It's a really, really pretty on my lips. It doesn't feel too sticky. It's like a really universally flattering color, so I love it. And what can I say about the Natasha Denona Lila palette? I mean, look at those colors. Look at the pigmentation. Like, these shadows are so beautiful, and this palette was such a win, and I'm so happy I finally got to use it. I love it so much. I really love this Tom Ford bronzer brush. It's super soft and really luxurious. You do not need this in your collection, but Christmas is coming, and if you want something super high-end and luxurious maybe in your stocking, this is something that you could ask for. I love these lashes too. I think they look so beautiful on. They're super dramatic, really wispy, really fluffy. So Velour really killed it with these lashes because these are actually not mink lashes, they're silk. And I never thought that silk lashes could have such a natural fluttery appearance. So I love these as well. These are gorgeous. I really loved this Laura Geller highlighter. I thought it was really blinding and pretty on. It looks really nice on the skin. The only new product that I used today that I was sort of on was this Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal. And I think it's just because I didn't use it properly. I had already a lot of really colorful shadow on my eyes. I've actually heard that these chroma crystals look really, really beautiful on their own. So I'm gonna try a more natural looking, like 5-minute makeup look, throw a little bit of MAC Soft Brown in the crease, and then put this all over the lid and see what that looks like. So I'll keep you guys updated on this product. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't think that it was good in the way that I used it today. And that is it, you guys, for my full face of first impressions of high-end makeup. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you like this look that I put together. If you're interested in seeing more looks with the Natasha Denona Lila palette, leave me a comment down below and let me know, because there's so many beautiful shades in that palette and in the Sunset palette for that matter, and I could put together more looks if you're interested in seeing different looks from the same eye palettes. Please don't forget to check out my holiday giveaway video. I'm so excited to be giving away my favorite palettes of 2017, so please make sure you check that out and enter. There's going to be 3 winners in that giveaway, and I'm so excited to send those palettes out to my subscribers. I'm so grateful and happy that you're all here watching, and I would just love sharing the holiday spirit with you guys and sharing my favorite products from 2017 with you. Wherever you are in the world, if you happen to win one of the palettes, I will ship it to you. My latest giveaway winner came from Australia, and those products are over the Pacific Ocean on their way to her right now. I also pinned a comment on my holiday giveaway video asking for Q&A questions. So a lot of you have been commenting on my channel asking me to do a Q&A, so get your questions in on the pinned comment of that video, and I will make sure to film a Q&A video very soon. And as always, guys, if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment down below letting me know the kind of videos you want to see me do in the future. And if you didn't like this video, keep that shit to yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. And this is the FAB, fuck, why do I always do that? So the foundation that I have to try out is this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Matte Filter Foundation. Pro Matte? Okay, first of all, let's try and show the logo, shall we? I didn't have to use a lot of it to get this coverage either. Like, it was a very small application. Okay, so I just went ahead and set the rest of my face using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. Okay, so for blush, I just went ahead and used my favorite Becca Flower Child brush. Okay, I always do that. Oh, I'm in love. Okay, so that first color was called Nude Mauve, and now I'm gonna go into this beautiful gold color. Okay, so now going into the last color. Where is it? Okay, oops. Okay, so now we're gonna go into this gorgeous, that video you would have seen. I got the Laura, oh my God, All right, you guys, it's time to highlight, and I'm super duper excited. Oh my God, super duper, what? All of this new makeup that that is a really stupid thing to say. Like, why would I say that? Okay. But if you want to see my